moose track, partly filled in, but look at this. Timber's going in there. Look at the tracks in there. There must have been a big dance or something going on, because they have trampled that area. Is probably, well, it goes way off to the side there. That area right in front of us there, that's probably 25 feet in front of me. Look at how deep these tracks are. Look at that. And yet they step up and over and out, and no wolf or anything could possibly have legs long enough or big enough to do that. So that's how you can, pretty much tell they're moose. But look at the area that they've trampled. It's like a book. It's like learning to read a book. You read nature, read the signs, read what the animals leave behind, what the wind is telling you, what the trees. When you learn how to read that, you can learn an awful lot. Man, I love it. It's cold, really cold, but the sun is shining. It's just gorgeous. Well, sometimes these adventures don't always go the same way that you'd want them to. Happens to anybody. I think it's important for any of the people who make these videos, can't bring it back, to show that things don't always work out. See what I mean? Look at that. So, we were out for a hike, Timber and I, and with all the snow that's here, the problem with, cold, the problem with this deep snow quickly is that if you get too much snow before it really gets cold and freezes everything, then it insulates the water underneath, and it takes it quite a long time to freeze, even though the temperature outside is quite cold. And during our hike, we were on our way back, and I came to an area where I knew there was water underneath there. So it was a calculated risk. I knew I was close to the truck, and I knew the water wasn't deep. So I thought, well, if I kind of edge my way through there, I'll get through it. And I didn't, as you can see. I went through, got soaked. Got to tell you something, folks, that's darn cold. So I think it's important to show this because, this can happen to anybody. I think it's proper for those of us who make these videos to show that things don't always go perfectly. You can't just edit out all the stuff that's not right or that doesn't go your way, because it's not realistic that way. So this video is extremely short. It's not what I was hoping for, but let that be a lesson to all of us that it's important to be prepared for these things, and that's why we carry these little packs with us. I whipped my foot. I whipped my foot out of my boot, and I packed it in some of the powdered snow, just like that, because I was soaked. As you can see, if you can see the color change, but I was soaked up to the shin here, almost up to my knee. That may sound silly, but snow's very absorbent. So by quickly getting my foot into the snow, into the deeper snow, I was able to absorb and blot a lot of that water out of my pant leg and out of my foot. I couldn't leave it there very long, of course, because it was cold, so I had to just do that, blot it down real good, and then brush it off quick. Then I pulled the liner out and dumped out the boot, and the liner is soaked. It's going to have to be dried at home. So normally, if I was further away, I would have stopped and lit a fire and made the necessary get warm and maybe even made a cup of tea or something just to get me thawed out. I didn't do that, and I would have liked to show that, but I was close to the truck, and it was darn cold, and I wasn't wanting to prolong this any, so I didn't take the time to do that. So that's it for this trip. Didn't get very far, kind of got off the ground and then didn't. But everybody be safe and be prepared, because these things happen to us. It happens to anybody. And take it easy, enjoy the great outdoors. We'll see you down the trail. We'll try it again next time. Okay, Timber, let's go home, get changed, and warmed up.